Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday and happy first day of fall. It is the official first day of fall, which is interesting because when I was coming out here, our house is so old, everything's so old at this house. I'm so old, the house is so old. No, I'm not so old. I do think sometimes it's interesting, like being online, because I really am like one of the, there's not a lot of people my age online. Well, on YouTube, I guess. But like in the real world, I don't think of myself as that old because most of my friends are older than me. Most of my friends are older than me. So in the real world, I don't really think of myself as that old. But online, I do think of myself as the old man of YouTube. Anyway, when I was coming out here, so our front door, we have to like spray that stuff on it. I don't even know what it's called, W40 or what. You know what I'm talking about? The stuff you spray on the door so it doesn't creak. So when I was coming out here, if you've watched my vlog for a long time, you'll know what I'm talking about, the Halloween creaky door. So when I was growing up as a kid, my mom would do this sound, and it was like, I don't know if I can do it. Let me see if I can do it right now. I was not going to film a lot today, and I ended up, this is my 6th video that I filmed, so I'm starting to kind of lose my voice a little bit, but, so maybe I can't do the sound, but it was the Halloween creaky door, and it was, so anyway, when I was coming out here today, like I opened the door, I was like, oh, we need to spray that door. I was like, oh, it's the Halloween creaky door, because I was like, I wish I had my camera on already, because it would have, if I had like tried to, open it again, it wouldn't have made the sound. But anyway, it's a perfect sound for the first day of fall. So happy fall. And look, I just made caramel apple coffee, caramel, for those of you out there that call it caramel apple coffee in my new coffee mug that I got. I think I got this at Sullivan's, didn't I? Anyway. Yeah, I filmed more videos today than I thought. I woke up today. I actually, when I say I went to bed early, not early like on your standards, but early on my standards, I went to bed last night at like, I think it was like 3:15 or something, which was kind of early for me. I was watching this Lifetime movie, and I don't even know which one it was. It was about this gal that, they're so badly acted. The Lifetime movies, well, Gracie's Choice that I watched was pretty good. Like, the acting was pretty good in that. But some of these, like in the V.C. Andrews ones, I'm so into I wasn't watching the V.C. Andrews one last night. I actually got on Lifetime Movie Club, and I looked up, like, what was the number one, what do you call it, the number one movie or whatever of the week. So I did not realize the Lifetime Movie Club, like when you go on your streaming apps like Apple or Netflix or whatever, it'll say like top 10 movies of the week or top 10 shows of the week. Lifetime has the same thing if you're part of the Lifetime Movie Club. So, oh, I do remember what the movie's called. It's called You're Not Safe Here. And it's about this gal, and she's got this boyfriend, and he's real abusive. And so she's pregnant, like ready to give birth any day. Have you guys seen this movie? Okay. I'm going to do a review of it and a reaction. So she tries to sneak out and leave in the middle of the night to go stay with her sister who she has this estranged relationship with. And so then she gets in this accident, and then she gets rescued by this guy that is like a doctor, he and his wife, and they have this, it's supposed to be like a mansion, but it doesn't really look like a mansion in the woods. And he's his name's William. I don't remember what the wife's name is, but anyway, she kind of looks like Gracie from Gracie's Choice, but grown up. Anyway, but not, it's, I can't remember who played that now. Who played the part of Gracie's Choice? I can't remember. Anyway, I was watching it, and I was like this. I was about to fall asleep. So I was like, you need to just go to bed. I got to the part where, so she hears him outside, she got in an accident because there was a real bad, storm. And so the phones are down. They go, this is what they said the next day, the cell phones aren't working because the cell towers are knocked out. It wasn't that bad of a storm, okay? These shows are kind of unbelievable. So anyway, I think they just want her baby, is what it is. No, truly, I think that they just want her baby. So I was watching this last night, and then I was like, okay, you just need to go to bed. So, I've been separating the pups. So Otis goes downstairs to his house. He's goes right in there. I walk downstairs. He just waddles after me. He kind of walks side to side like Tucker did. And he goes down. He just walks right in. And he lays down there and looks at me. And he's fine. Walter, though, Walter and I are like, I think, psychically linked because he's like me. Like, you can just tell, like, looking at him, like, he's just thinking. So I bring him upstairs, and he's on the bed with us for a little bit, but I put him in his bed on the floor to, like, sleep. And he, like, gets in his bed, and he does the digging stuff, and then he gets out of the bed. They hate those plastic cone things. But hold on, there's an update. So he's just digging into the bed, and then he's, like, walking around, and then it's funny because he reminds me of Boo sometimes. He does this thing that Boo does where he's like huffs. He'll go like he gets like frustrated or something. And so he's just like walking back and forth. Finally, he got in his bed and he went to sleep. So I don't know what time that was, after 4 sometime, but I had a hard time staying asleep last night. I got a good night's sleep, but I kept on waking up. I was kind of surprised because every time I woke up, I thought he'd be awake, and he wasn't. Walter was out the whole night. And then when Alex left this morning, so I haven't really been bringing them together as much in the bed since they've had their surgery, because if I'm asleep, I don't want them, like, licking each other or whatever. So anyway, got up this morning and whatever. Oh, so Alex said yesterday, I don't know if I shared this. This happened at brunch. I don't know if I shared it or not. But he goes, oh, because, like, so there's certain things, like, he calls and makes the appointments for at the house, or certain things that I do. And so he's like, oh, I made a furnace appointment to have the furnace checked for the fall. And I said, oh, okay, when? He goes, tomorrow at noon. I go, good thing I don't have anything going on tomorrow at noon. He goes, do you have something going on? I go, no, but it's a good thing that I don't have anything going on tomorrow at noon. That way I can, whatever. So I knew that the furnace guy was coming out here. So I wanted to get the dogs, fed and get the leash train and everything done. The guy was out here for like a half an hour. He was real nice. So anyway, So anyway, I got up this morning, and I was just, like, exhausted this morning. I don't know what it is. I really don't. But then I did this video when I was walking down to the pool earlier, and so I ran into my neighbor next door. I ran into my neighbor across the street, pool lady number 1, and we were talking. She was in her pajamas. This was literally like an hour ago. I haven't even done a time and temperature check. It's currently 5:49. So the weather today has been real rainy starting at about 3 o'clock in the morning last night. Real rainy. And the temperature, I think it's in the 60s. It was supposed to be in the 70s today, but it was in the 60s earlier this morning. Well, obviously it's going to get warmer throughout the day. Yeah, it's 68 and cloudy right now. So, I mean, we've dropped 20 degrees overnight. And so my neighbor across the street, so I was talking to my neighbor next door when I went down to film this video. She was like, oh, we got a new refrigerator. She came out with like this cup, and she like held this plastic cup up, and I said, she goes, I'm getting ice. And I go, what? And she goes, I'm going to the garage to get ice. And I said, because they have like a refrigerator in the garage. And she goes, we got a new refrigerator. And I said, oh, you did? And she's like, yeah. She's like, our refrigerator was only like, what did she say, 8 years old or 6 years old or something? She said, so we had to get a new refrigerator. She was like, her husband came in the middle of the night and was like, our refrigerator's not working. This is so, like, talk about getting old. This is like old people stuff. This is like so boring, but this is like what your life turns into. This is what they mean by adulting, okay? So she said, yeah, we had to go get a new refrigerator today. And I said, I guess they haven't delivered it yet. And so she said, he told us that like refrigerators used to last forever, but now like the average life of a refrigerator is 10 years or something, he said. So she doesn't know why. Theirs is 8 years old, I guess. We were talking about it. I was like, I don't even know that we've ever gotten a new refrigerator since we've moved in here. Our refrigerator's fine. Knock on wood. I hope it is. But I didn't know that I didn't know that refrigerators had a life expectancy on them. Did you guys know that? I'm sure some of you guys will be like, actually, this is where people Google stuff when I say it, and then they screenshot what they Google and they put it on there as a comment. Because I can't Google myself. But I appreciate you guys looking it up for me, because sometimes I don't care. But we should look this up. What is the life expectancy of a refrigerator? If it says 10 years, it'll be interesting, because she was surprised by it too. How long, I need my reading glasses, which are sitting right there, will a refrigerator last? Fever, hold on, refrigerator last. A refrigerator typically lasts for 10 to 18 years, with the average being about 12 to 14 years. So it can be varied on factors like brand, type, and meaning. Okay. So I guess she was right. What he told her at the store. So anyway, they got a new refrigerator. But when we were out there talking, she was like, where are you going? Because I've got these like sweat shorts on and I had my Ugg boots because it was wet outside. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear my Ugg boots to walk down to the pool. And it was fall. I thought it was kind of pumpkin spice weather, you know? So I was like, I'm gonna put my boots on and stuff like that. So I had this t-shirt, this hat on, these like shorts, and I show it all in the, not at all, no, but like I show like a outfit of the day in my Peter Does Stuff video. So anyway, so then my neighbor across the street, she came out and she's like, I just woke up from a nap. She was in her pajamas. She goes, I haven't even changed out my pajamas today. I said, I have been so tired all day. And she was like, oh my God, me too. She goes, this is like my second nap of the day. And then my neighbor next door, she goes, I've been napping all day long too. She goes, I'm so tired. I feel like every person I talked to today, I don't know if it's the change of the weather or what's going on, but like every person I've talked to today, Alex just came home like 20 minutes ago. And I said, how was your day? He's like, it was good, but I am so tired. He went to bed last night. I could not believe it because I went upstairs. I brought the dogs upstairs with me. I don't remember what time it was. I can't remember even what I watched earlier. Okay. Yesterday was Sunday. Oh my God! They had a little basket on their bike and there was like a little chihuahua in it. It was so cute. What time did I go up there? He went to bed. Alex went to bed really, really early last night. Like 7:38. He's like, I'm going to bed for the night. Maybe it was earlier than that. I don't remember, honestly. But he went to bed super early last night. So when he came in today, he was like, he goes, I've been tired all day long. And I said, well, maybe you got too much sleep. He goes, everybody said it was the weather. See, everybody's saying it's the weather. What? Because the weather changes, we all get tired. I don't know, maybe. So I woke up today and I was like, okay, well, I didn't know how long the guy would be out here to like look at the furnace and stuff like that. He was here for like half an hour. He was super nice. Looked at the thing in back and downstairs in the basement. Yeah, he got to go in the basement. Can you believe it? Are you jealous of the furnace guy? He got to see the basement. I said to him when we walked down there too, I said, I am sorry for how like our basement's such a mess. It's really not a mess anymore. It's very like organized into sections of what still needs to be taken out of here and all that kind of stuff and what I'm keeping, which what I'm keeping is very little anymore. And he goes, it looks like everybody's basement that I walk into. I go, really? It's not that messy? He goes, your basement's not messy at all compared to some basements I go into. I said, seriously? He's like, seriously. He was a really nice guy. Not just for that either, but he was a really nice guy. When he left, I was like, how many more of these do you have to do? And he was like, just 2 more and then I'm done for the day. I was like, that's a nice Monday. He's like, yeah, it's really nice because I get off a little bit early. So he left here. He was here like right at 12 o'clock. And so I think he left here about 12:30, 12:35 or something like that. At that point, well, first of all, the dogs do not want to do anything on the grass when it's wet. And when I took them out this morning, it was still raining, and raining hard. They didn't want to even go out in the rain. They didn't even want to go off the patio. When I took them out later, like after he left, and they were real good with him too. It's real interesting. Like they're great with like all kinds of strangers and stuff. People that walk by, they're great with all of them. When I took them out later, we stood under the tree because it was like still raining a little bit, but it wasn't raining that hard. They didn't want to do anything. Like pulling, getting a phone call, hold on. Pulling Otis to like, he didn't even want to, I was like, come on buddy, come on. And he finally like went like and walked down there on his leash, but he didn't want to do anything. He didn't even want to go out in the rain. So, and they must be tired too because they've been sleeping all day today. Like literally they've been, like, I was putting up videos on my computer and I kept on looking behind me. They were playing a little bit earlier when I was like done filming I filmed a drama video and then I turned around and filmed because they were both Sister Wives videos. I turned around and did my TV video. When I came downstairs, they were like running around and playing and stuff like that. But when Alex came in the door, like they can hear the garage door go up. It kind of makes me sad. Well, it doesn't make me sad, but like toward the end with Boo, like I could tell his hearing was getting bad because when they were younger, like when Alex, the garage door would go up, like Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee, like they'd be in like where they are now, like, you know, in the beds in the living room or whatever. They're both of them now sleeping in the big bed. I moved the big bed from the right corner to like next to the TV, and now they both sleep in the big bed, which is so funny, on the ground. But anyway, before neither one of them really spent that much time in it. They like the smaller beds. But so so when they hear, like, I'm sitting at the computer and they hear it before me. I don't even know how. Like, they hear, like, and they, like, jump up and, like, run to the back door. Well, Boo and Tucker and PP used to do that, too. But towards the end, when it was just Boo Radley, like, I would hear the garage door go up. And, like, even when Alex would come in the door, like, Boo Radley wouldn't, like, come downstairs sometimes and stuff. Like, he just couldn't hear him, you know? So it reminds me of that. But those things are hard, you know? It's like, that's a part of grief where it's like, the good things remind you sometimes of the sad things, too, you know? Oh, but this morning, before he even came out here and stuff like that, like right away, the vet assistant called to check and see how they were doing. So I called her back because I wanted to ask her about the cone situation. The cone situation is, they hate those plastic cones. They hate them, they hate them, they hate them. So I talked to the vet assistant. She was so sweet. She was like, what is that noise going down the street? She was like, everybody loves them so much, and they were taking pictures of them and stuff. I said, she's like, are they doing okay? I said, they're doing great. They did good all weekend long. I said, they just hate the cones. And I said, you said, you know, like maybe after 4 or 5 days, we could switch to the inflatable cones. And she was like, yeah. She was like, but look at their incisions. She's like, well, I have you on the phone. She was like, so I put her on speakerphone and I looked at their incisions. And so she had me kind of describe them to them. They're good. Like, the first day or two, they were kind of red, like around the incision, but they've gone down, like the swelling's gone down, and they're good. And she said, are they licking at each other and stuff like that? I said, no, they're really not. Like, one time, like Walter did with Otis, but like I was like, Walter, no. And then he kind of like walked away. And I said, we're still separating them at night when they sleep so that they can't. And she's like, she's like, well, let me ask the vet. And she was like, and then I will get back to you. She's like, as long as they can't get their heads like over the inflatable donut to get to themselves, she said, and you're separating them at night, she's like, I think that the inflatable ones are fine. And so she goes, but let me check with your vet. So, or she said, let me check with the vet. So she talked to the doctor, and then she called me back and she was like, yeah, that's totally fine. She said you can use the inflatable donut. So I took those things. They were so happy. I let them run around for a little while without putting anything on. They were just like so happy. This was before he came out here this morning. Oh my back is hurting me. So they ran around and they were just like free of anything around their necks, and they were so happy. And Walter like went to the bed and was like, the bed downstairs, he was like rolling around the bed and stuff like that. You could tell it like felt so good because they just like scratched and scratched and scratched and stuff. So then the inflatable ones that I got have like this thing where you put like a collar through it. So then the collar, like, you know, like we have collars and we have harnesses. So like the collar's at, you know, like, anyway. So you like weave it through the inside. And so then you blow it up, it was actually, not because I can't blow things up, but because I would blow it up and it would go back down. It's like, they're real little. And so I would blow it back up and then it would go back down, blow back up and then it would go back down real quick, right? And so I finally figured out how to do it. There's like a stopper that you put in it. I didn't see it. And I was like, oh, that's how you do it. I figured that out on the second one, not the first one. So then you weave the collar through it. So then when you put it around their neck, it's like you put it, you know, connect the collar, so then even if it falls off, like even if the Velcro comes off, it's still around their neck. So then it's like a donut around their neck, but it's looser, and then you like there's a Velcro strap in the back. It's so, they like lay on the floor and they just lay on them like this, like they're pillows. They love them, and they can't like reach themselves at all. And they're so cute. I thought I got a blue and a pink one, but I got 2 pink ones, and so they're like pink like terry cloth. And it's so cute to see them walk around in these, anyway. So I'm so glad that the vet said that we could do that, because it's made a world of difference today. A world of difference. But yeah, we're going to keep on separating them to sleep for probably the next, I don't know. Well, tonight and tomorrow definitely, and then we'll see after that how their incisions are. She kind of explained to me on the phone, like, she's like, you'll know when, like, their incisions. She's like, you know, with, like, bigger dogs, she's like, and also the older they are, she's like, they're really young, so she's like, they're going to heal a lot faster, because she went into, like, this whole explanation of things. But anyway, she was like, we usually recommend about 10 to 14 days, depending on like the size of the dog. She goes, but they're so little and they're younger. She goes, they'll probably be done by 6 or 7 days with the healing. I said, 6 or 7 days, really? And she's like, oh yeah. She's like, by the 7th day, they'll probably be pretty good. She's like, they don't need to wear she's like, check with us. She's like, and she kind of explained to me what it would look like and whatever. There would be no redness or anything. So it's interesting because they don't really seem to notice at all that, I mean, I don't know that they would, but I do feel like with Boo and Tucker, like, they tried to, like, that they were aware that something happened, or that they had, like, incisions or whatever. I feel like I remember that with Boo and Tucker. They don't act like they even know that anything's happened. So that's good. So, yeah, last night, so I took I took a nap, and then I came downstairs, and I got reading really early, because Alex went to bed so early last night. So I got reading really, really early last night. I read, like, 4 chapters. Oh, well, I'm, like, halfway through, maybe more than half of the way through, The September House. Okay, everybody said that this book was so scary. I listened to, like, an hour and a half of it last night. Everybody said this book was so scary online. They're talking about how this book is, like, the scariest book ever. Have you all heard of this book or read this book? This book is scary. This book is not scary. This book reminds me of the TV show Ghosts that I watch. I don't dislike it. It's a little repetitive and it's a little boring. It's like I said yesterday, it's about this woman and she and her husband move in the house. I think that this is a new tripod. And look, you guys, I mean, no lie, you cannot make this stuff up. And see now, this one, it won't lock into place. And then one locks into place and the other one goes. This is the new tripod. I brought the new tripod out here tonight. See, there it goes again. I'm not even touching it. Somebody told me to put rubber bands around. I just feel like it's a lot of unnecessary work. Anyway, I don't dislike the book, but it wasn't really what I was, like, wanting to read next, if that makes sense. It's about this woman, and her husband got this dream home, this Victorian house. And there's these ghosts in it that only come for the month of September. And then her husband's gone and he left. And then her daughter's coming home because she's worried about where her dad is. I think the dad is in the basement. I think she killed him or one of the ghosts did. Is that the story? Like, is it really that? Not that. I mean, if that's it, like, I'm bored of the book. If that's it, somebody direct message me and be like, you figured it out. Because I will, like, I have not DNF'd a book in a while, but, like, well, I probably won't. Don't, please. Actually, well, it won't matter if you DM me or not. I'm just kind of like, I'm like, is there some scare? Like, when does the book get scary? I'm halfway through it. It's not scary. It's comical is what it is. Nikki and I hated this book. Grady Hendrix, I love him so much as a horror writer. But he wrote this book called How to Sell a Haunted House. I actually saw the other day that it got a movie adaptation. I was like, how? Like, that book was so bad. And what's interesting about it is at the time, Grady Hendrix was posting a lot of stuff of, like, if you grew up in my era, you know what I'm talking about. There were a lot of these, like, teen scary books. Not just for teens, but, like, older people, you know. Anyway, they called things like The Dolls Came Alive or, like, From the Cornstalks and stuff like that. It was, like, these cheesy books, right? But they were, like, supposed to be really terrifying. I love those books. I have a bunch of them in my basement, but they're cheesy. They're not really that scary. Well, he was posting a lot of those kind of books at that time. So I knew he was real interested when he was researching How to Sell a Haunted House and writing it. How to Sell a Haunted House, okay, is about this brother and sister, and their parents die, and so then they're selling the house, and their mom had a collection of dolls that comes to life, and the one doll's name is Pumpkin. It's so bad, you guys. I would never recommend that book to anybody. Nikki and I, to this day, still laugh about that book. I love Grady Hendrix's books. All of his books are good. That one, I don't even know that if I read that book and I didn't know it was by him, I would even know it was. I mean, I would be like, he did not write this book. It was bad. I mean, it was embarrassingly bad. And I was like, I could not believe it. I mean, everything is getting a movie adaptation now. But anyway, this kind of reminds me a little bit. I love when people put the word campy onto, like, horror novels or horror movies, and they think that makes, to me, campy, like high camp, isn't just corny. Like, this is kind of corny. I'm kind of ready to be done with it. How much? I think I have like 2.5 hours left of it. Hold on a second. Oh, I have 2 hours and 52 minutes. Oh, joy. So anyway, I listened to that last night, and then I was like listening to it. The dogs were sleeping with Alex when I came out here and listened to, oh, I called and talked to my sponsor last night. We talked for like an hour and a half on the phone. And then after that, I called Nikki and I was telling her about this September house book because she was going to read it. And I was like, girl, don't read it. You're not going to, it's very how to sell a haunted house. So I talked to her, and then I talked to Mel yesterday, but I feel like I talked to Mel earlier in the day yesterday. When did I talk to Mel yesterday? I feel like it was earlier in the day yesterday. Here, we can put everything in perspective. I talked to my sponsor at 9:35. Talked to Nikki after that. Mel, I talked 1:43. So, then after that, after I talked to Nikki, I went inside, and I was gonna, well, Big Brother wasn't out yet. So, and Big Brother never came up for me last night. Was it not? I know it was on last night because I saw like spoilers and stuff. The thing is, I wasn't even really that excited to watch it because I knew it was going to be on. I wanted to read for like 2 hours inside, and then I was going to watch Big Brother, and then I wanted to watch Sister Wives Season 1, Episode 1. And then I wanted to go in and I wanted to finish, what do you call it? War of the Worlds. I had 1.5 episodes left of War of the Worlds. And so it was like, okay, I'm going to finish that. And it was like early. Like, I don't even know what time I went in. It was like 11 or something like that I went inside and I started reading. I read to like 1 and then Big. So anyway, so I read last night. I read 4 chapters of Nuclear Dawn. I'm like only have like a third of the book left to read. I've been reading it all summer long, that Kayla Stone book. So it's an apocalypse book that takes place in Miami. I love it. Most of the time is spent in this like movie theater that they're hiding out in. And then I read like 3 chapters of the James Patterson book called To Name the Dead or Naming the Dead. I really like this book. I'm kind of surprised. It's written with J.D. Barker, I think is his name. I don't know who that person is. He's written other stuff too, which basically means he wrote the book and James Patterson put his name on it. But I like this book. I really, you don't really know what's going on. And it is very, if you're looking for a spooky thriller, it is a spooky thriller. It's like this girl comes into town, all these crows come into town, they break through this diner window. I'm at the beginning of it. Like, I only read a couple chapters a night, but I like it. And then I read literally, like for an hour and a half, I read the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Nikki was talking about how, like, it gets progressively kind of like sexy time, but not like all at once. Because I was like, what chapter does it get sexy time? She was like, where am I at on time? Am I almost at half an hour already? I am. She said, like, chapter 15. Well, chapter 15, they're, like, making out in this alley, and they're making out in this car, and they're dripping wet from the rain. It's not like, I don't know. I can handle stuff like that. A lot of my friends don't like to read any of that kind of stuff. That stuff doesn't bother me to read. I am loving that book. I don't know what it is. There's something about, like I said this the other day, like, it's not even so much about the romance to me. It's about the town of Dream Harbor that Lori Gilmore, or whatever her real name is, dreamed up. And it's like the people and the book club and the townspeople, and they have these town meetings, and there's like a farmer's market. I just love the book. I just do. Like, I have not read a book like this, like a physical copy book like this in a while, where I get done with a chapter, I'm like, I'm going to read one more chapter. Like, literally, that's how I am. I totally did not think it would be this book that would get me there. I really didn't. But on Wednesday, when Caroline and I go out, I'm getting the rest of the books. So, it's not a series. Well, it is a series, but it's not a series. It's a series in that, apparently, I know some of you guys out there have read all of them, in that, I'm just explaining this to the people that haven't read them, okay? So, I just want to make that clear so it doesn't feel like I'm talking down to anybody. Anyway, apparently, they, like, each book takes place in Dream Harbor, which is a small little town in, I think it's Massachusetts. Anyway, and because they're always talking about Boston. So, but then each book is a different romance. But, like, the same people. Is it the same people? It has to be the same people because they're all, like, the sheriff, the mayor, the, you know, whatever. So I have a feeling that it's going to be, like, so the main characters in this one are called Jeannie and Logan. I have a feeling, like, in the next one they'll cross over. And so, like, it'll swap it out. Like, I have a feeling, you kind of have a feeling, because there's, like, this Hannah that he's been friends with, Logan's been friends with since he was a kid. And then there's his friend named Noah. And Noah's, like, not from the town. And you kind of feel like Noah and Hannah are going to have their... But did I figure this out? And there's going to be, like, that's how it's going to work. And, like, is Noah and Hannah... Because I think she owns the bakery, doesn't she? Is it Annie that owns the bakery? I don't know, but I'm so into this book. It's so weird. Like, I didn't think, like, when I picked this book up, honest to God, I thought, I'm going to read this book, and I'm going to give it the funniest review. I'm going to have so much fun doing it. Please don't fall. I was like, I'm going to give this book the funniest review because this book is going to be so cheesy. It is, like, this pumpkin spice cafe, cozy book that I did not know. The camera stopped. I did not know when I started it. I mean, I think it says on the cover, like, a cozy, spicy romance or something, but I didn't know that it was like that. I'm not even to that part yet. Like, they made out in the car and started taking each other's clothes off and stuff like that, but I'm not to, like, they haven't done anything sexual in the book yet. But I thought I would just, like, read it and give it, like, this kind of funny review, and I really, really like it. I really like it. More than I ever thought that I would. I was telling Alex about it yesterday. He's like, I cannot believe you're so into this book. I said, I always make coffee and then I never drink it when I come out here. I have to show it to you even. No, but I honest to God, I just like, I did not think that I would like this book so much when I started it. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. It's like, the town is so cute. Like, I would love to move to this town. But I was thinking I kind of do live. Like, I mean, my neighbors, we talked to my neighbors and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But anyway. So I read it for like an hour and a half. And then I was like, you got to watch Big Brother. To be honest with you, I'm so over. A couple people have said this on some of my videos. I'm so over this season of Big Brother. It is, I'm just like, part of it is, I'm not invested. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. Okay, the only person I really, well, I wouldn't even say that. There's not one person in the entire house that I really care for that much. There's nobody that I really, Vinny I don't really like. I don't respect his gameplay. So, I mean, it's smart gameplay, but it's just like people are disposable. I don't know. But there's not really any person on the cast of Big Brother this year that I feel like that connected to. Not that I feel that connected to. I mean that, you know, like when you're rooting for somebody, like Miss Felicia, I was like rooting for her, you know, even though like I didn't think she really did anything to win, and she didn't win, but like, I don't know. And like Jag, I loved. And you know, when I watched the past couple seasons, I thought, oh, Survivor starts this week. When does it start? Thursday? Wednesday? So, does Amazing Race start the same night? No, it usually starts a week later. But there's just like not anybody. Like, there were people that at the beginning that I thought I really liked. Lauren, I thought I would love Ava. I like Ava. She's okay. That's just it. Like Morgan, I like. I mean, there's not really anybody that I don't like. Ashley, I didn't like at the beginning, and I like Ashley now. There's not anybody that I don't like. It's just like I just feel rather blah about all of them. And then add on top of that Big Brother tries to do all this stupid stuff like Hotel Mystery. It's not just, they just need to play the regular game, you know? And then I feel like throwing Rachel Riley in there, like this OG winner, kind of like messed with the game in a way that it wasn't, like they should have just got her out there. If they were going to get her out of there, they should have just got her out there week one and then just played a regular game of Big Brother. Because I started rooting for Rachel Riley. This is what happened. At first, I was like, I'm over Rachel being in this house. Because, like, she's won it, she's been on Traitors, whatever. And she was like, I'm the queen, bow down to me, blah, blah, blah. She was doing all kind of BS. But then I kind of like, I really was rooting for Rachel. And then, I don't know, then they did this whole thing where they got Rachel out, and it just seemed like such a cheat to me. And it was like, it felt like Big Brother production, like, turned this whole, like, White Locust. If you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just over the season. I'm ready for the season to end. It ends on Sunday. The finale and the Sister Wives premiere are both on Sunday. So, anyway. But Big Brother never showed up last night. Like, I kept on, like, refreshing it and whatever, and didn't show up. So I was like, I like to watch my reality. I don't love watching reality shows late at night. I like to watch thrillers late at night because then it's like all spooky and they've got the candle lit and making my coffee and whatever. So I was like, but I wanted to watch Sister Wives season 1, episode 1. I wanted to take notes for it because on my drama channel today, I was doing my reaction to, I know it's not like they're going to, any of them get 10,000 views, but I thought it'd be fun to do anyway. On my drama channel, because I finished Christine Brown Woolley's book, Sister Wife, this weekend. And I had taken minimal notes on it, but I wanted, while it was still fresh in my head, I wanted to do my reaction to that book. And I put it on my drama channel. I explain why I put it over there. Well, because I'm doing Sister Wives drama is really basically why. So I was like, I have to like make an effort to drink this coffee out here or it'll go cold and then it's just a waste of a Keurig cup. So, ooh. Drinking it a little bit like having a full gulp of it, you really do taste the caramel apple. Oh, that's good. My mom used to love a good cup of coffee, and then she'd like go like that because it would be like so warm. Anyway, I use so many of those metal insulated cups, like the one I got at Sullivan, and I love Sullivan's. I love that one. And the one that I have that has my Spritey birthday on, they retain the heat so well that I think these ceramic cups are so cute, but they don't really retain heat for coffee at all. Do you know that? You're like, yeah. Well, I didn't for years, which is why I have probably, well, I've really downsized a lot of my coffee cups because I'm like, if I haven't used it in 3 years, I'm getting rid of it. So anyway, we have donated so much stuff, and oh my god, the stuff that we have donated from this house in the last couple of years: clothes, stuff, kitchenware, books. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch Sister Wives season 1, episode 1. It was interesting watching it. You know, when I watched Sister Wives the first time around, I wasn't taking notes. do you guys see how dark it is already? I mean, literally, it is only 6:17. It's so dark already. It looks like it's gonna rain again. Is it supposed to rain again tonight? I'm looking at you guys. Somebody said the other day, we wish you were live so we could answer your questions. I know that would be, I said I was going to do a live. I'm thinking about it. I was kind of surprised, like only 1 or 2 people were like, yeah, that'd be fun. So I'm like, well, am I going to do it? Nobody's going to show up. Like, no, then I'm not going to do it. Okay. Oh, these glasses are so dirty. No, ma'am. Hold on a second. Tonight, I'm really excited about reading the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Yesterday, I didn't really eat a whole lot either. I ate my brunch, and then I heated up some stuff later. But I am, like, hungry. I've been thinking about pizza. If I mention pizza to my husband, oh, my God. My husband could eat pizza 24 hours a day. Do you even know? He loves pizza. He doesn't even care. The other day, he got Domino's pizza. I go, why'd you get Domino's pizza? He goes, because I haven't had it in forever. I go, Domino's pizza? He goes, I haven't had it in forever. He was so excited about it. I'm like, okay, Domino's pizza. Papa John's, Domino's pizza, Pizza Hut. Oh my God, Pizza Hut sounds so good. Well, we get a lot of hot box pizza. Hot box pizza isn't local to any, I mean, it's local to the Midwest, but I think it's also like in Ohio and Kentucky. It's where all the plastic cups that I have that say hot box, they're all the different colors on them. We have like, I mean, no lie, probably, okay, a stack is probably 8 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40 cups in there. We got Christmas cups, Halloween cups, glow-in-the-dark cups, all those hot box pizza. Maybe we should get hot box. Alex's favorite pizza from Hot Box Pizza is, and he's not a big pepperoni person until he hasn't been until like the last year. Pepperoni and jalapenos. He loves like hot jalapenos on his pizza now. Yeah, I'm kind of craving pizza. But the breadsticks, do you ever like feel like this with pizza places? Like I love, oh no, I know what I want to get tonight. Oh, I'm getting this. If they still have, I don't think they have the Impossible or Beyond Meat on it anymore. I'm getting it anyway. I'm just going to I always get my go-to, don't laugh. Well, other than here, I'm talking about Donato's. I love Donato's pizza. But Donato's, I don't usually get pineapple. But they used to have this Impossible as like crumble, like sausage. It was so good. But the cheese at Donato's is the best. I love the hot nacho cheese that you can dip like your pizza in. Oh my God, and the breadsticks are pretty good too. Alex hates Donato's pizza. So he's not gonna, I'll be like, do you want to get pizza? Sure, Donato's. It's the only pizza he does not like. Here I just said he likes every pizza in the world, and that's not true. He doesn't like Donato's. I don't know why he doesn't. He says it's greasy. Isn't all pizza greasy? But anyway, my go-to pizza order is onion and pineapple. I know, don't. When people are like, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, put whatever you want to put on your pizza. I don't care, okay? If you said you wanted something on your pizza and you love it, I wouldn't laugh at you. I like pineapple on my pizza. I don't know, I always have. Ever since I was a little kid, my dad and I would go to Showbiz Pizza, which is now Chuck E. Cheese, but back then it was much more. They had like a show they did with animatronic animals. And my dad would be like, what kind of pizza do you want? I'd be like, pineapple and sauce. I got pineapple, sausage, and onion is what I got as a kid. And maybe I didn't get onion. Maybe I just got pineapple and sausage. And then when I became a vegetarian, I replaced it. I think that's what I did. I replaced it. What's that other pizza place that Caroline got me hooked on that I used to get around here, and I get the salads? Oh, and I get that tonight. Alex does like that pizza. I don't like their dipping sauces, though. Like their dipping sauce is like their garlic and stuff, not good. Is it Jack's Pizza? What's that place? I'll have to text Caroline and ask her that pizza place. Oh, Jet's Pizza. Oh my God, Jet's Pizza. She got me hooked on that stuff for like a good year. And then I got kind of burnt out on it. But my dad, I'd be like, I want sausage and pineapple. My dad would be like, he'd be like half sausage and pineapple. He'd always like make a big joke out of it and all this kind of stuff. But I love pineapple on my pizza. I don't know what it is. I just do. Anyway. So, is it supposed to rain anymore tonight, though? I mean, it's getting really dark. Nope, doesn't look like any more rain tonight. I think tomorrow it's supposed to rain, though. No? Oh, tomorrow it's supposed to be 80 again? Oh. Oh. I thought we had gotten over this. I thought we had gotten over this hot weather. Cloudy skies with some morning fog. A stray shower thunderstorm is possible, it says tomorrow. And then Wednesday, 71. Why can't it be that on Wednesday when Caroline and I are running around? On Wednesday, 71, a steady rain in the morning, showers continue in the afternoon. That'll be a real fun day to run around with Caroline, won't it? Overcast with showers at times. I'll be honest with you, like, I am really in the mood to read and watch shows this week. Like I said, I was kind of surprised today. Like, I ended up filming, this is my 6th video. I may take a day or two this week, and not like just on the weekends either. I may take a day or two this weekend. I may take a day or two this weekend, just do my vlog, or do my vlog in like one other video. We'll just see. I don't know. I'm like really in a mood to just take a whole day and read. I had so much fun last night reading for so long. I mean, it was just so cozy. I had the kitchen lights on, and it just was so cozy. I just had such a great time reading last night. I don't know what it is. Like, I thought I was going to read all these physical copy books this summer, and I did, but not as much as, I mean, well, since getting Walter and Otis, like when they run around at night and stuff like that, they're starting to settle down earlier, but it's been kind of like, you know, hard at first to like get them settled and stuff like that. So, when I was talking to the vet assistant today. Did I tell you guys this yesterday? That they put in the paperwork? I did tell you this, didn't I? Was that yesterday or the day before? I don't know. They put in the paperwork May 28th as her birthday. And so I was joking with her, and I was like, yeah, like I was going to pick a day and blah, 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 whatever. And she was laughing, and she was like, I mean, you could. She was like, people do it all the time. People don't, like when you rescue dogs, you never know, you know, like what their birth dates are. And I said, so how do people usually pick? And she said, honestly, she's like, because we can tell from their teeth and stuff like that. She goes, the vet will just like, you know, estimate how many weeks back she thinks they are and whatever. And then she's like, they'll just usually go with that day. I said, so people don't like usually like pick a special date or anything like that? She goes, no, they usually go with the date that we give them. But she was like, but if you want to do that you can do that. She was really sweet. But anyway, we're going to go with May 28th as their birthday. Plus it's the opening of the pool weekend, so that'll be perfect, you know? It's kind of strange to think, though, that it's weird to think that, like, I can remember sitting here vlogging about, like, the pool opening and stuff, and having, like, I was looking at them last night, and I was like, these little guys changed my life. Like, they literally changed my, I mean, how many discussions have I had on this vlog about, like, I don't know when, like, after Florida, after, you know, Mexico, like, when the timing's going to be right, I'm open to it in this time. I mean, it literally was like this miracle thing that happened. You know, I mean, it's just so random how they came into my life through this friend of mine, you know, that, like, I mean, it just is so bizarre. And the fact that she ended up keeping their sister, I mean, well, anyway, the whole way that happened, and now she's got their sister, Loretta Lolly Dolly, and I don't know, it just all makes me so happy. And I texted her, I was like, we were talking about them like being placed on the 28th, and she said that her vet so close to the same day, and I was like, so she was like, she's like, I think, anyway, the whole story is, I'll just share the whole story sometime because it's kind of comical. You know what? I wonder if she would do a video with me about like the dogs and stuff. That would be a cute video. And she could explain the back history of all of them. Who was texting me? It was a long text. Who was this? That's my mom and my aunt's friend walking her dog. But she's on the phone right now. Oh, it's my cousin. She's texting me about my aunt. She's exhausted, but she is out of the hospital and she's in a rehab unit recovering. But she's doing much, much better, she said. Oh, that makes me so happy. Thank you guys so much for your prayers and stuff for my aunt. That's my aunt that I was like closest with on my dad's side, that I went to go stay on their farm and stuff. And that cousin that's texting me is like So I've got Caroline on my mom's side, but she's like my only cousin, obviously. Like, you know, Caroline's cousins. So Caroline is my only cousin, and I'm her only cousin through our moms. Caroline, through her dad, has 2 cousins, a brother and a sister, that she's close with. She's really close to her female cousin. I'm also really, really close to her female cousin, and we call each other cousins, even though we're not cousins. And so, but it's just like our family was so small growing up. Now, this cousin, she's like, I was thinking the other day when I think I said something on here about like, she's like the next up in age. She's not. She's actually 2 up in age from me. There's 1 in between. She lives in Texas, and I haven't seen her since we were like, probably since we were kids. And when I talk about next up in age, my next up cousin for me is like 10 years older than me. I have like second cousins that are closer to me in age than, it's getting so dark, I'm gonna have to get off here in a second. I have second cousins that are closer to me in age, like my cousins' kids that are closer to me in age than my cousins are, because my dad was the youngest of 5, and his brother was like, I think his brother was 21 when my dad was born or something like that. I can't remember. High school, I don't remember how old, 18, something like that. He was older. And so, so my dad's the youngest of 5. So his next sister up is the one that was in the hospital for kidney issues. And I told you guys what it was, right? That she had she had like a stuck kidney stone. It's so weird that all this kidney stuff happened to me and then to her. And my aunt's had a lot of kidney stone issues through the years, and my dad has had them, and like my dad's whole side of the family. But anyway, this cousin, so I would like, she and her brother used to show animals through like 4-H because they lived on a farm. And so they would come every year, and this aunt was really close with my mom too. Like even years after my parents got divorced, she was really close with my mom. And so when my parents got separated, they would be down at the state fair showing animals, and my mom and I would go, and we would go see my aunt and my cousins. And this is the stories this is the cousins and the aunt and uncle that I would talk about, how they would show animals and they would stay at the state fair. And then we would go and like see, and they'd have like the whole pen. They showed sheep at the state fair and steer. And so they would have like a whole area, and they'd have like cots in there with beds and like little TVs, and it looked so cozy. And I'd be like, "Can I stay overnight, Mom? Can I stay?" And they're like, she'd say, "No, that's not for you," and whatever. And then my aunt and I would like walk around, and it was so fun back in the day. And they always showed animals, but they're even a little bit older than me. Is she older than her brother? No, her brother's older than her. And so that cousin, the male cousin, he farms like off of like the farm that they grew up on, but he lives close by, like on the other side of the lane. He like built a house and stuff like that. This cousin that I'm talking about, that I'm really close with, she lives in Indianapolis. She's like one of the only cousins of mine that lives in Indianapolis. I have like one other cousin that lives in Indianapolis, and I haven't seen her in years and years and years. I have lots of cousins from my dad's side of the family because he had 5 siblings. And so like my dad's aunt, she had 2 kids, and I'm close with both of them. And then, but even like not super close, you know, because like not like Caroline, but the one that lives here in Indianapolis, she and I talk on a regular basis. She and I are close. And then my dad's next sister, she had 6 kids. My dad's next sister had 4 kids, and my dad's brother had 6 kids. And like my dad's youngest nephew or oldest nephew was born when my dad was like, no, I can't remember how old. I'm like, how old was my uncle when my dad was born? It can't be that old because, you know, like they're like 5 years apart. My dad's like youngest nephew is like 5 or 6 years younger than my dad. It's like one of those kind of things because my uncle was so much older than my dad. But anyway, you know, it's interesting because like my dad doesn't like really, he doesn't keep up tons with like the family and stuff, but my mom would, because my mom would like write Christmas cards to literally every cousin, every aunt, and she would keep up and stuff like that. And I can remember when my mom, like when my parents got divorced years later, she would tell me, she was like, I mean, they always, and I'm so grateful for this, that like they always like checked in about they always asked me about my mom and how's your mom doing and stuff. Like they loved my mom, and my mom loved them too, you know. And she would say, you know, it really made me sad, you go through a divorce and like you lose that family. And she was like, you know, that's your stepmom's place now too. But my stepmom was always really like very cool about the whole thing. She was like I know your mom had a relationship with them. It's not like my mom would go and like, my dad and my stepmom though, they went and like had dinner with my Aunt Kathy and stuff like that. But my dad had been friends with my Aunt Kathy before I met my mom, so that's a little bit different, I guess. But And both my parents acted very civil around each other too, like when they were growing up. I feel like this is getting so dark. I don't know if it is or not. But anyway, like, my parents did not like each other very well, but they, in public, they were very, like, if we had to, like, be at, like, a graduation or, you know, a party or something, like, they were very civil to her. My mom, you know, my mom would be like, hey, how are you? You know, whatever. She'd say hi to my stepmom. And then later, and, like, my mom and my stepmom got along really, really well. Like, and I think my mom and my stepmom co-parented me because my dad was always so busy. So, like, as far as, like, arranging doctor's appointments and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm really thankful about that. I think that's why, like, one of my issues so much is, and I've had so many people in my life that have done this through the years, not with me, but, like, I witness it with their kids, is, like, I'll see them, like, and I'm not talking about abusive situations. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just run-of-the-mill divorces, okay, where somebody's pissed at the other spouse or the ex, and they'll be like, well, you'll find out one, I mean, their kids are like 6, and they'll be like, well, you'll find out one day that your daddy's not a very good guy. I'm like, don't know. Like, if they find that out on their own, let them find, but don't ever be the person that comes, like, my mom and dad did a very good job of, like, not ever bad-talking the other parent, and they were also very defensive of the other parent. Like, if I would say something bad about my mom, my dad was on me like that, and vice versa. If I would ever say anything bad about my dad, my mom was on me like that. And I think that was important. That's the way to co-parent when you don't even have to be in the same room co-parenting, you know? And I just, like, I've seen people through the years, like, that I've known put their kids in the middle of, like, the argument that they have with their ex, and even use their kids to, like, hurt their ex and stuff like that. And the kid's ultimately the one that gets hurt. I don't love that. You know, I don't usually say stuff or get involved, obviously, because it's not my place, but I don't love that. Like, I think partly because I feel so blessed that that was never the case with me, you know? Like, I bring this example a lot, I think, because I hear about it so much on reality shows and just in my personal life. Parents that want to fight over holidays so much. It's a holiday, okay? It's one day. It's going to be gone. Like, my parents never fought over holidays. I will say this. My dad was pretty gracious. Like, my dad would be like, if you want him every Christmas, you can have him every Christmas because I know it's important to you. And then my dad would work his schedule around that. So, like, you know, I've told this before. Like, he would pick me up on the 23rd, take me back on the 23rd of the morning, the 24th, and he would pick me back up on the 26th. You know, but, like, I can remember, like, I did Thanksgivings or Easters or something with my mom for, like, the first couple years, and then it was, like, all my dad. But, like, my mom told me later, she's like, we never fought over holidays. We never went to judges and whatever, and it's like, you know, I can remember, like, if it was a weekend that my mom was supposed to have me, and my dad would be like, hey, like, I want to go to the boat and take Pete to the boat this weekend. My mom would be like, you want to go to the boat with your dad? And I'd be like, yeah. And she'd be like, okay. And vice versa. Like, if my mom wanted to, like, you know, do something with, like, have one of, like, my mom's sorority sisters come to town, she'd be like, I really want Pete to let, or Pete, my mom didn't call me Peter, or call me Pete, she called me Peter. But she'd say, my dad and my stepmom call me Pete. She would say, Tanya sometimes calls me Pete, and Alex sometimes does, but nobody else really. She would say, you know, like, oh, Susie, my Aunt Susie's coming to town, and, you know, like, do you care if he stays here this week? And my dad would be like, no, not at all, you know, we'll just figure it out. And it wasn't like they'd be like, okay, well, if you're getting this weekend, then I get 2 more weekends. They never did that shit. And I never felt that, ever. Like, I never felt like I was being pulled both ways. And I think that that was such a huge part of why, even though I knew my parents didn't like each other, I don't think I thought they hated each other, which they didn't. They had mutual respect for each other. I think they loved each other as people. They just didn't like each other very well. And so, I think that's probably how my dad would explain it today. And so, but I never felt that animosity between them as a child. And so, I don't think I felt it. Later, I can remember my mom and my dad fighting. And they very rarely ever fought. And I remember my mom and dad fighting on the phone one time. I was here, and it was like when I was an adult, because I was sober at that point. So it would have been, I can remember my mom and dad fighting on the phone over something. I don't even know what it was, why they would have even been fighting on the phone at that age. I think that's when it was. Maybe I was younger. I don't remember. But I said something to my mom about it. I was pissed. I was like, I did not need to hear that. Like, there's no reason why I needed to hear that conversation. And it had nothing to do with me, whatever they were fighting about. But I just was like, I don't need to hear you and Dad fighting. Like, that's not about, I didn't need to be here. You could have taken that phone call another time. And she agreed. And she was like, I'm sorry. So I'm grateful for that, you know. Anyway, my aunt's doing well. She's doing better. I was really, really worried. Honest to God, I thought, like, this is not going to be good. And my cousin kind of was like, I think she was very worried. So this makes me so happy. I just feel like blessings, you know. Okay, before it gets too dark, let me finish up my night. So then After I finished Sister Wives and took my notes, I then watched War of the Worlds, Season 3, Episode 7 I finished, and then I watched Episode 8. I thought it was great. I loved it. Somebody commented on one of my videos when I was talking about it, and they said I said wasn't a conclusive ending. And they said it was a I'm kind of excited because tonight I get to start a new show, and I haven't picked it out yet. I'm kind of leaning towards Wednesday, but I'm thinking maybe to save that till October. So I think I want to watch something a little bit more like world ending. I don't know. A couple of you guys have recommended some stuff to me. So if you have any recommendations, put it in the comment section below, because the vlog will be up before I get this. I wanted to take a walk, but now it's raining. Didn't I just say, is it going to rain anymore? And it said no rain, and look. I mean, it's coming down. Indiana weather. Do you hear the drain pipe? Still dripping up there. Never came to fix that. Don't ever listen. Those Indiana weather news, what are they? Weather people, whatever. They don't know what they're talking about. The Weather Channel doesn't either. It said no more rain. I looked. Surely it's raining. Surely it's raining. So then after that, I was like, okay, somebody said on the War of the Worlds thing, they said, it does inconclusively, but bleak, or something like that. And I was like, okay, I knew the show's very like, well, as realistic as it can be about an alien takeover, right? But, like, I think that people's reactions are pretty realistic. Do you ever watch a show, though, like, and you really have no clue what they're talking about or what's going on? Like, it's so scientific. They're talking about physics and stuff. Like, the whole time I'm like, I have no idea what they're doing. Like, they do this, I don't want to ruin it if you're going to watch it, but, like, I was comparing it to that show Dark the other night, like when they're going in and out of the cave. Like, I didn't really understand that show either with the time travel and stuff. I was so confused. But I just like the people and the characters so much. I was so into it. I love that show Dark. It was so good. But I didn't really understand it. Like, if you had me explain to you the scientific part of it, like, I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't do that with War of the Worlds either. I mean, they're literally talking about quantum physics and time travel and stuff. Like, I'm like, black holes. And I'm like, Lucas Haas is in it, though. Do you guys remember him? He's in that movie that I love. He's like my age. He's like 3 years younger than me. 3 or 4 years younger than me. Do you guys know that movie? I talked about it on here so many times. I love that movie, Testament. I think I watched it again last year. And it's about, like, a nuclear war and, like, what would happen afterwards. But it's very realistic. It's like this small town in California and what would happen. And Jill Clayburgh, I think it's Jill Clayburgh that's in it. And anyway, the dad is like off in another town. And so Lucas Haas is like 5 or 6 in it. And he's like, so he packs his bag and he's like leaving. And his mom, and he's like playing in the yard. And his mom goes, where are you going? And he goes, I'm running away. And she goes, where are you running away to? This is after the nuclear war and like everybody's like dying of radiation and it's horrible and stuff. And she goes, where are you running away to? And he goes, to go find Dad. And then I'll be with Dad. And then it's real sad. And she goes, and then what will you do when you find him? And he goes, I can't know. It's the sweetest scene ever. He goes, I can't know these things or something like that. Oh my God. The movie's called Testament. If you've never seen it, it is one of the saddest movies ever, but it is so good. So anyway, so Lucas Haas plays the astronaut in this show. So anyway, I finished it last night. It does end bleak. But it was so good. It was really, really a good show. I'm glad I watched it. So then after that, I was like, at that point, it wasn't that late. And I was like, well, I'm going to watch a Lifetime movie. So I was like, well, which Lifetime movie? So then I was like, should I watch Dark Angel? I wanted to pick a Lifetime movie that I thought people would be interested in. But I also wanted to watch something scary, like a scary thriller. If you guys have a scary thriller Lifetime movie, let me know. So then I started screenshotting all these Lifetime movies that I was looking up online. Hold on a second. I'll tell you what they're called. Well, has anybody heard of this Night of the Reaper? Oh my God, Dracula is coming back. Did you guys know that? It's like an all-star season. It's like the Titans, Return of the Titans or something. But Night of the Reaper, it's on AMC. I might watch this tonight. It's a Shudder original, which means it probably sucks. But anyway. And then does anybody watch Seeking Sister Wife? Should I watch it? I don't know anything about it. Okay. And then, okay, Legacy of Fear on Lifetime. Has anybody heard that? So that got me, oh look. Oh no, this is problems. Okay. I want to buy the lamb chop box for the boys. Do you see this? You get like 6 lamb chops. Okay. And then look what I'm looking at already. Christmas sheets from Pottery Barn. Can I just show you what's on these sheets? Is that a moose or a deer? Is that a moose or a deer? How beautiful are these sheets, you guys? Go look. They're expensive as hell, all of them. But go look at the Pottery Barn Christmas sheets. And then look at this mug. Camp coffee mug. Do you see what's on there? It is totally a moose. Or is it a deer? But isn't that mug so cute? Okay. And then the battery stopped. And then look at this coffee mug. But these aren't very realistic for coffee. Because those ones that I bought that look like clouds and have the cup saucers and stuff, like I don't ever hardly use those because they're just not very realistic. But isn't that so cute? I think I'm going to order some of those. Artesian cup of cozy mug. Anyway, let me know which, I was like looking up reactions to Lifetime movies. There's like a lot of people that watch Lifetime movies and react to them. There's this one called like Femme Fatale or something. I like this channel. Hold on a second. I just like scan through some of the stuff, so I don't really know much about it. Femme Fatale movies or something. Anyway. Maybe that's not the channel I was thinking of. Y'all let me know what movie... Okay, so this is what happened. You let me know what Lifetime movies are scary. I want a scary one. Okay, I don't even care how corny or dumb it is. So then I went in and oh, what was that movie? I wonder if that was a Lifetime movie. What was that movie called? Where the girl moves to Newtown. She was the new Becky in Roseanne. It wasn't her. And she moves to Newtown. And the kids are all rich. And then she plays the... I can't remember what that movie was called. It was so good, though. It had something to do with, like, the Headless Horseman. It's, like, chasing her around town. And then her mom's dating the bad guy. And then, like, the rich kids in town, like, they're all getting killed off by one by... Do you know what I'm talking about? What was that movie called? Where Have You Been? Or something like that. Oh, my God. I've got it in VCR tape downstairs. I'll just go down there and look. And then I'll look it up online to find it. Anyway, so I can stream it online. What was that movie called? It's going to drive me crazy. You know what? I'm just going to look up who played the second Becky. Who played... we're going to look this up really quick. The battery's at the halfway mark, so it's going to die here soon. Played second... The rain sounds pretty, though, doesn't it? On Roseanne. Sarah Chalk. How could I not remember that? Wasn't she in Scrubs or something? Sarah Chalk movies. Now watch, it wasn't even probably her in that movie. Oh, here it is! I've been waiting for you. How did I remember that movie? Okay, I've been waiting for you. Is it a Lifetime movie? A teenager interested in the occult moves to a small New England town whose occupants hide a shadowy past and unwittingly find herself drawn into centuries-old saga of persecution and fear. Where can you watch it? I've been waiting for you, made for TV. 1998 it came out. Can you watch it anywhere? Oh, the whole thing's on YouTube. Where can I watch? Okay. You can watch it. No. It says Netflix. I don't think so. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube if you want. Here's the poster for it. But anyway, so those are the kind of movies that I want to watch, okay, on Lifetime. So I went on Lifetime, and it has like a top 10. And I was like, okay, which one should I watch? And I was like, well, why not watch the #1 movie? But it came out in like 2017 or 18 or whatever. So like I said, it's about this gal, and she's like in this really horrible, abusive relationship, and she's pregnant. She's got this like gay best friend. Oh my God, like, I won't tell you what happens to him. But anyway, I'm only like halfway through it. The people that like find her in the woods and they're like trying to act like they're real nice to her, they're real weirdos. But anyway, I think they just want her baby. And so I got like halfway through it and I was like, just go to bed. So I went to bed. So I'm going to finish that tonight. Oh, I've got to watch Big Brother from last night. Well, I'll probably... I either, like I usually try to watch some reality show while I'm eating. Like, I'm on episode 8, I think, of The Valley. So I'll probably finish that this week, too. But see, now I kind of want to watch an episode of The Valley while I eat something. I wonder what Alex and I will get. Should we get pizza? Should we get Donatos? Oh, my God. Anyway, and then tonight... Well, he came in saying he was tired. I'm already tired, but now I'm kind of getting my second wind. I'll take a nap later. I was going to walk, but, I mean, you can't walk when it's, like, pouring down rain. I mean, it's pouring down rain right now. It sure is pretty, though. Don't call me Shirley. But it is pretty. I love the sound of rain. So tonight, I will probably read... I still have too much of the Pumpkin Spice Cafe to finish it tonight. So, I mean, unless I read for like 3 straight hours, but 2 straight hours. So I probably won't finish that tonight. But I would like to get further in the September House book. Because to be honest with you, I kind of want to finish it so I can move on to something else. I have to get a James Patterson, Alex Cross book done this week too, because I'm trying to keep on schedule. Can you guys believe that next week is the last week of September? What's the last day of September next week? I think it's Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday the 30th. Doesn't that seem crazy? I mean, that seems crazy to me. Like, Alex and I were talking about it the other day, and he was like, it feels like, he goes, I can't believe that, like, you were just talking about the pool closing, and it was like Labor Day weekend, he goes, and now September's almost over. Before you know it, it's like, remember I used to do this? I mean, Halloween will be over, then it'll be Thanksgiving, before you know it, it'll be Christmas and the New Year. We're basically in the middle of December right now. I am kind of excited about the dogs getting to see snow and stuff like that. I don't think they're as excited about it as I am, but I'm excited about it. They do not like the rain at all. Did I tell you guys that? I told you that earlier. Yeah, I had them, I mean, Otis didn't even want to go off the step, and then I had him underneath there, and then, like, Otis kept on going down, like on his leash, he was, like, trying to sit down the grass, but then, like, get his butt real close, because he sits in the grass, he doesn't really want to do anything. They'll, like, potty, and then they just sit there on their leashes. It's real cute when you walk by to see this guy holding 2 dogs on leashes, and they just kind of watch them go by. They're real cute. But, like, Otis likes to sit in the grass, so the grass was wet, so he just kept on going like this, like, he didn't want to, like, touch the ground. I was like, are you guys ready to go in? They were like, they're pulling me in the door. They're like, let's go, let's go. So tonight I'm going to watch some shows. I'll probably take a nap. I'm going to go inside right now and see if Alex wants to order something. I know when I say, he'll be like, yeah, let's order something. It is like a perfect day. I keep on explaining Yats, which is like red beans and rice kind of stuff. Yats, pasta. I've been doing a lot of pasta though lately when I DoorDash. Yats, pasta, or pizza. Why not all 3? Anyway, all right, I'm gonna get off here now. I hope it doesn't rain all day tomorrow because I got to get my walk in. I'm trying to do I was trying to get back to walking every day is really what I wanted to do. But I'm not gonna go out walking in the rain. I'll go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just hoping I might be somewhere else. You may be somewhere I'm walking after midnight, searching for you. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here now. A little Patsy Cline for you. Hope you guys are having what's that one song she sings in, well, not Patsy doesn't sing it, but I think Beverly D'Angelo plays Patsy Cline in Coal Miner's Daughter. She pulls out her card. I'm back in baby's arms. Oh my God, those movies. Sweet Dreams and Coal Miner's Daughter, 2 of my favorite movies of life. Anyway, I need Lifetime movie recommendations that are scary, okay? That's your homework for the night. Put it in the comment section below. And I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Monday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.